Hey everyone, welcome to my channel, New Black Unicorn. So today I was very inspired to review the new Urban Decay Stay Naked Weightless Liquid Foundation. So I've been seeing a few reviews and some people are saying they're getting really bad results. It looks cakey, and I did not have the same experience. So I was just like, well, let me show a video of how I apply the foundation and how it works for me. So I've already done my brows, my lashes, shadow off camera. So today we're reviewing, of course, the Stay Naked foundation. It's supposed to be matte, but it's not like a dry your face down casket matte. It's more of a, how do they put this? I don't want to say satin, but they say breathable, flexible, real skin matte finish. I will agree that it really does look like that. So it's not like I really needed this foundation, but I was like, might as well. So I'm actually going to do a comparison. I'm going to do swatches. So the shade I picked up is 71WY. I did find it a little bit difficult to find my shade just because I've been playing out in the summer. So I have this nice, beautiful summer tan, and then my neck is darker than the rest of my body. So it's always sometimes a little bit difficult for me to find a foundation shade. So I'm going to go ahead and swatch this. And that's what 71WY looks like. And let me get a makeup wipe. So I'm going to have in the description box the other foundation shades that I wear. So hopefully that may help you out. The next shade I'm going to swatch is by Too Faced Born This Way. I'm in the shade Chai. And I'm going to swatch that next to it. So as you can tell, it's not off by much. The next shade I'm going to swatch is by Fenty, the Pro Filter. I'm in the shade 420. Keep in mind, Fenty does dry down a little bit darker. And next shade I'm going to swatch is the Maybelline Superstay. I know a lot of people love this foundation. If you're getting this foundation because it's matte, you probably have this foundation as well. I'm in the shade, what shade? 356 Warm Coconut. I did try 355, but it was just something about it that it didn't quite work for me. So I really like the 356, and I'm just going to swatch it right here. So that is what that is looking like. The Urban Decay, which is this one right here, is darker than the rest of these. But like I said, Fenty is going to dry down darker. So here we have the Maybelline Superstay in 356 Warm Coconut. We have the Urban Decay 71WY. We have the Too Faced Born This Way in Chai. And then we have the Fenty Pro Filter in 420. Hopefully this helps somebody who is struggling to find their foundation shade. I kind of, you know what? I'm also going to throw in the L'Oreal Infallible foundation. And I may do a video with like all the foundations, but I don't want to tell on myself, okay? And we'll put it in the back. So even that shade is kind of similar to the Urban Decay foundation. So this is the swatches. Again, Maybelline Superstay in 356 Warm Coconut. This is the Urban Decay Stay Naked foundation. This is Too Faced Chai. This is Fenty Pro Filter in 420. And this is the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Wear in 525. All right, so we're going to wipe those off now. Boom. All right, so now if you have oily skin, I haven't primed my face yet because I wanted to show you how I prime my face. I'll go in with the NYX Pore Killer. And I just use this in my T-zone because that's where I get the oiliest. So I do not have combination skin. I have oily skin, baby. Okay? This whole thing be glistening. So I'm going to go in on my nose, on the sides, on my cheeks. This is where I get the oiliest. Right above the brow, I get very oily, so I put some there. Alrighty. I don't put any underneath the eyes because my eyes are a little dry. Only place on my face that is dry under my eyes, which caused me to have extra creasing, so I don't put any primer underneath there. If anything, I put my Neutrogena Hydro Boost Gel Cream, and it looks like this. Very affordable. You can find it at Walmart, Target, any drugstore. So the primer I'm going in with is the Fenty Beauty primer, and this is not the new one, although I did order it. I will review it. And then I just use this for all over my face. So hopefully you guys have been enjoying your summer. You've been getting out for the summer. I know I have a lot, but I have been wearing sunblock. So my skin is already prepped, so that's why I can just go in with the concealer. But to prep my skin, I use a very hydrating moisturizer. Then I use a thick moisturizer, which is usually my sunblock moisturizer by CeraVe, the ultra light moisturizing sunblock, and it looks like this. Hopefully you can see it. Hopefully it's not too much light. It does have an SPF of 30. Even if you have melanin in your skin, you still need to wear sunblock. You are not immune to cancer, okay? We do get browner, chalkier, but we can burn. Some black people do burn. Don't try to play, okay? You do burn. All right, so after we get that good and rubbed in, this is the trick, you guys. This is the trick. I'm going to go in with one pump, and then I'm going to spread this pump. So you can get any type of brush. This is a BH Cosmetics 130. And I'm going to spread this pump around. So I do have hyperpigmentation. Hopefully you can see it. Some scarring. I do not have even skin. I mean, I've been working on it. I just had a recent breakout. It's not, you know, the worst breakout I've ever had, but it's something. Spreading it out. And I think this is where some people went wrong. They put absolutely too much foundation, or they went in directly with a beauty blender and it soaked up the foundation. All right. Once I spread it around, I'm going to take my Urban Decay beauty blender or beauty sponge, and then I'm going to just spread it even more, even it out. And this blends in perfectly. I'm in love with this shade. This is a nice shade. And as you can tell, this is very skin-like. Very, very skin-like. This is like a light to medium coverage. So you can make it extremely light, which I do like, especially for the summer. I want my skin to be able to breathe. Beautiful. I'm like checking myself out in the mirror, you guys. So this is what it looks like with one layer. Now the way you want to do the next layer, if you do a layer, so like over here, I can still see some scarring, some hyperpigmentation. Instead of just going in with a whole nother pump and just putting it in that area, I'm gonna pump some out. So get all my little product. And this is what the bottle looks like, you guys. This is plastic. This is plastic, hard plastic as well. I have no, honestly, you guys, I really don't care what the bottle looks like. The only time I care is if the foundation costs like $70, $80 and you gave me some cheap plastic. Then I care. Other than that, I don't really care. So what you want to do is kind of spot over where you have the hyperpigmentation or the dark spots on this side too. And I'm gonna zoom you in. Right here. Around my mouth. It be the struggle sometimes, y'all. So I'm just dabbing it, like pushing it in, but I'm gonna let it set a little bit. So the trick is to put it on your problem areas when you go back in, and then let it dry down some, just like how you would with your concealer. So while that's drying, you can go in with under eye concealer and stuff like that, because you're going to want that to dry down as well. And I'm going to kind of move past this and just, well, I'm going to zoom. The shade I'm using underneath my eyes is Chestnut by Too Faced, Born This Way. So now while that is drying, I'm going to go ahead and put my contour wherever I can, which I really can't right now. So going back in with the beauty sponge, and I picked up some lashes with the beauty sponge. Now I'm going to spread this out. And as you can tell, it covered up everything this time. And I'm going to zoom you in. So everything that I was seeing before, I don't see. And then I still don't have to worry about the foundation caking up on me or adding way too much product. And turn to the side so you can see. It looks beautiful. I'm like looking all in the mirror, y'all. Boom. Now, I'm gonna go in and contour using Sable-ish. Nothing on my hands. So it dries down pretty quickly, so that's a really good thing, especially if you are rushing, which I may be rushing some mornings. You don't have 10-20 minutes to wait for a foundation to dry down. That's one thing I will say about Fenty. It takes some time to dry down. I usually bust out my fan and force it to dry. This is not my first time wearing this foundation. I did wear it before. I wore it yesterday actually. And I wore it from what it was 6 a.m. until 6 p.m. and it still looked good. Everything was still there. And what I mean is my blush was there, my contour was there. Sometimes I do have a problem with some foundations where stuff would just start disappearing on me. A shame, I know. But this stuff, everything stayed there. Even my blush stayed. When you have oily skin, you already know the first thing that disappears is your blush. Then comes your contour, just kind of melts in with the foundation and everything gets to move in. But with this foundation, everything did stay in place. And when I blotted, I did see a little bit of, I don't know if it was the foundation or like the concealer or the bronzer, but I did see some transfer. But nothing nothing cracked or moved around as far as the foundation goes. So I was pretty impressed by that. I'm just gonna blend this in. Now after I do that, I will go ahead and set my face. To set my face, I'm gonna try to keep it as cheap as possible. I'm gonna use the Sephora Micro Smooth powder. You guys, I cannot talk today, okay? I'm in the shade Deep, which is 56. Looks like this. Love this as well. And I'm just gonna put that on the areas where I did not highlight. To set my face, I go in with my Urban Decay setting spray. This is a new one now. Woo! I spray, y'all. Going with my fan. Now, if I know I'm going to be out and about all day, after this dries down, I'll go in with another layer of setting spray. And fan it out again. And this is the finished look. As you can tell, my skin does look pretty matte. Other than for the highlight, I mean, it looks pretty freaking matte, which I'm okay. But it doesn't feel tight, doesn't feel stiff. It doesn't even feel like I have anything on my face besides these lashes, which you can see popping. But other than that, I'm going to be checking in, let you know how it wears, even though, like I said, I know how it wears, but I want you to see it on camera. Hopefully those little tips I gave you regarding the foundation works. The foundation claims to be waterproof, which we will be testing a little bit. And when I say we, I mean me, just because I have to go work out as soon as I get finished working, and I won't have time to wipe my face off. So we'll get to see how it does with all of the nastiness. Okay, it says that it has a vegan formula, does not contain animal derived ingredients or byproducts, minimizes the appearance of pores, stay true to color, does not transfer. I don't know if I can agree to that. Medium buildable coverage, I will agree to that. Real skin satin finish, well, real skin matte finish, I will agree to that. Breathable and flexible, I will agree to that. So if you're looking for a matte foundation that doesn't feel super tight, that still looks like your skin, I would definitely recommend this foundation. I'm like absolutely surprised that it wears the way it does. And like I said, if you can see my neck and my chest, everything kind of blends in together, up close and personal. And no, I do not put on any filters or anything like that, so you'll really get to see what my skin looks like. All right, you guys, I will be checking in later. Bye. Hey everyone, so I wanted to come back and show you what the foundation looked like after 7 hours plus me going to the gym. The foundation did kind of run down just due to my sweating. So I wanted to blot and show you that what it would look like after blotting. There was some makeup on the paper towel, as you can see, but I still think the foundation looked really, really good. I still had my contour, my highlight, everything was still there. It's just that you can see the streaks from where the sweat kind of ran down. So I don't know about the waterproof claim. Maybe it works if the water is splashed on you externally and not producing from you. So just keep that in mind. I wouldn't necessarily go to the gym with this foundation, but it did wear pretty good and it still looked good even after my gym. So there you go.
Boots on the track.